Hello guys, this will be the last part of my Embroidery Floss Organization videos. And as you can see, I did a lot of sorting off camera. And instead of putting the bobbins in the boxes, I just laid all of the shades out on the table here. And the system I have it organized in right now is I have the largest numbers in the bottom here and then the smallest numbers here in the top. I also put the metallic threads at the top as well. I don't think you can actually see them on the screen right now. Let me just do like this. And yeah, as you can see, I have the metallic ones at the top here. I figured if I put them out like this, it would be much easier and faster for me to see the numbers. Also, when I finished the blue colors, I figured that I actually made a mistake and I had this same color on a bobbin. So I think that I maybe made one when I made the darker colors and then also one when I made the blue colors. So I wanted to avoid that. So that's why I made the system like this, so I could very easily and clearly see the color code and then see if I had it in my system. And that worked perfectly for all the ones with labels on them. And now I'm only missing the ones without label. Or not quite, because I also have these pearl skeins. And I'm thinking I also want these to go in the boxes, so I will get them labeled as well and put on bobbins so they are ready to embroider with. I absolutely love the texture on this yarn. These are obviously from the same brand as all the other ones. They're just spun a little different. But they are dyed with the same colors as these ones, which means they are going to have the same color codes. So for example, this one is number 800. And if I pick out 800 here, you can see it is definitely the same color. It is just spun differently. So I think for labeling these, I will put P in front of the code. So that will be Pearl 800. But as you can see, I have used the entire table to displaying these bobbins. So I have pulled another table over here so I can do the rest of the sorting from here as well. And besides the pearl yarn here that I have to organize, I also have this floss left. I will need to get it color matched, and if there's any of these I don't have on a bobbin yet, I will need to get that. But I already see this one. I don't think that is a genuine DMC yarn. So that will go to my regular yarn. Okay, I will just pick out one color at a time and then try to get it color matched. Oh, I see I actually have one here, 503. It still has a label. And then I see I already have that one here. So that can go directly to the refills. Then I have a brown one here. I will just check all the brown tones here. That could be this one, but no, it's not. Then once again, I will just go and double check with my color chart here. Find the right tone. Oh, I think that was a quick one here. That is the 938. But do we have that 938? We have it here. And does that look like the one we had? Actually, not completely. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not the right one. It's not a perfect match on the bobbin, but it is the one that matches best on the color chart here. Maybe it could be the 3031. So maybe this one. That's a little better, but it's still not the right one. So I think I will go with the one that is closest. And that is going to be the 3031. Do you guys see it? For the small strips here, I will just put them directly on top on the bobbin here. So if I have any small leftover strips, like so, I want all of these leftovers to go on the right bobbins, because then I don't have a lot of cut ones that are just randoms that I don't know what color they are. These strips are so short that I'm having a little hard time doing this in a pretty way, but you know what? It's going to be just fine, because now we're not wasting any of that color. And the next color here is a purple one. I think we have that one here. This is definitely the one. So once again, I will just put that one on top. Luckily for me, this one is in one long strip, so I will not have any issues with this one. I have been debating a whole lot with myself about whether I wanted to keep this system where the color codes are going from the lowest to the highest number. But as you can see, I think it's a little bit too random, because as you see, you have the yellows spread out and the blues spread out a little bit too much for me. But I think I will go with the color gradient, because when I look in the box and I'm looking for my colors, I can like sort of better get an outer look on what yellows I have, what blues I have. Also, so I don't have to look in all the different boxes to just find the right green. Okay, so my plan is here just to pick out the strands, seeing if I have the color already, and if I have the color, just get that winded on top of the bobbin here. I see there's a lot of them from this pile that I already have, but that is totally alright as well, because that means we just have even more of these beautiful colors we already have. So right now it's just a lot of color matching, and it's going to take a couple of hours more for me. It already did take a lot of hours off camera, and right now I'm just looking forward to be done with the organizing so I can start with the embroidering again, because right now I'm not really getting any sewing done because all my thread is here laid out on the table. But that's great, because I really do believe that if you have a good system, you can work way smarter and way better. There's nothing that can make me like lose my motivation for a project if it's just a big mess and I'm having a hard time finding the right tools or finding the right thing. Then I try to keep it tidy around where I work. Look, I just found another match for this purple color. I don't think I'm going to keep on adding new thread on top if it's going to be like extremely bulky. Then I will not proceed to put more on top. But I think this will be the very last purple that can go on top of this bobbin, or else it will just get too bulky. Here's actually a green we don't have yet. Yeah, that's a 703. Do we have that? We don't have that one. Still have some bobbins here. So I put 703, and now we're getting a new color. Still very exciting. Okay, so that's actually going here. So we'll just move these one time and put it here where it belongs. And now I made the first label for the pearl skeins. And I just put the little P in front of the color code, so I would know that this is the bobbin for the pearl floss. And the skein here is twice as long as the other one. But luckily these skeins with the pearl yarn, they have this little marker here, so it's actually easier to find where the skein is going. So you won't mess it up as much. And you will actually just find a very tiny knot here that you can just unravel, but usually I just cut it off. Like so. So this will be the two ends of the skein. And then I will just start with the rolling. And I have the skein around my shoulder actually. And I will just have it there secured when I roll. And when I need some more, I just take it from my shoulder. So you can also put it on a yarn winder. That would be easier, but I'm not going to do that right now, and especially not for the 5-6 skeins I have, because I'm a little lazy. Hello again. It is finally the very next day, and I am also finally done. And I actually managed to get the book completely cleared out. And the only floss scraps that are left is only this. I just can't bother to do the rest right now. But I think that's pretty good. I got so many new colors. And when I see this bag of labels, I can really see that I must have gotten a lot of new colors. And just take a look at all those labels. They're so cool that there are so many different ones. And I got all the pearl yarns on the bobbins over here, and they look incredible. They're a little chubby, but that's totally fine. And as I said earlier, it doesn't really make sense with the color codes, so I will just make my own color gradient in the boxes. And I'm actually ready to do it right now. I'm very excited because this has been on my table for some days now, and I just can't wait to get new projects going because I've been a little stuck with this. So yeah, I am ready. I will start out with the clear box, and I will start with the lightest colors, and then I will change to yellow, and then I think I will just follow the color wheel. Also, I'm thinking that the pearl yarn and the metallic threads, they're going to be by themselves in the end, so I will not combine them in the gradient right now. So right now I'll just start with the lightest tones. Okay, I think that is pretty good. I will now transfer them to the box here, and then I will find the yellow ones. So starting with the lightest yellows I see. Let me just check if I want to change the position of some of them, because this is a little darker than the... It doesn't really matter too much for me, but it does look pretty when it's the right color gradient. And because I'm following the color wheel, we're doing the orange now. Wow, that does look pretty. Now I will try to fit all the browns one next. And now after the brown ones, I will go with the red. But first I will find the very, very dark browns. I think I will also have the black one here with the browns. So I'll just put that right beside the very darkest one. And as always, I'm just taking my time here. And since I know that it's going to be red for the next color, I think that I will just put in the red here, and then I can kind of see what colors would go best in between the ones I already have. Because I know after red we will have purple, and also I can start having the magenta tones at the purple side. In between the red here and the purple, I want all the pinks and the lighter pinks and the red. So again, I will keep the purple ones at one side, keep the redder tones another side, and then I think it will at the end make sense, because right now it's actually a little hard to get a good gradient when you have that many colors. At least I think so. I think I will need to move it around a couple of times, but let's see. I think that I will only get to fit the purple ones. So the next box will be blues. So I will just try to get the rest of the red tones and the yellow fitted in here. Okay, I have just finished the very first box. So, and I'm really pleased about it. It looks just amazing. And I can't believe that I had all my yarn in this box before, and there's so many left. I just can't believe it. I'm very grateful and very happy about that. So let me just put that over here for now. And here I have the next box. And here I'm thinking to just start up with the blue colors, finding the lighter ones first. So that is going to be our blues, and the blue is going to merge into a green. So now I will find the ones that are in between those two colors. And actually taking away all the blues made me realize the purple one over here. It is a very, it's not that thick, it's very thin. So I don't think there's going to be any issues. But this box is so filled already. It fits, but I should not fit any more inside. Maybe I should actually remove some. But let me see when I have this box filled, how much room there is left. Okay, and the first row in the box here, they're filled. It already looks very nice. So let's just continue. I'm just now realizing that it's not going to fit. I was hoping that I could have the metallic threads in the one side of the slot and the pearl yarns at the other side. Let's see how that looks though. Well, that does fit actually, and if I can have the color changing ones there as well, that would be cool. That was no problem. Okay. Then I'm thinking, instead of having the pearl yarn here, I will just put the rest of the bobbins here, so I only have to have 2 boxes with me around, because right now 3 boxes would be a little too much, especially if I can only put 10 bobbins, then it would be a little overkill, I guess. So I'll think I'll just wait upgrading to 3 boxes when I have way more yarn than I have right now. But that is also great because I got a whole new box, and that's really amazing. Now I just can't wait to start embroidering again. Wow, I actually did it. I'm so pleased about this. Now I have 1 box filled with the greens and the blues one and the metallic, and 1 box here with all these beautiful warm colors. Wow. I'm so happy that I did it, but I'm even happier that you wanted to watch this video with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will see you in the next video.